Hello everyone, this is Lori from Grammy's Keepsakes, and I have 3 journals that I have been playing with, and they're all done and ready for you to take a look at, and they're listed in my shop. So this one is covered in a relief wallpaper. Oops, the goodies fell out. So this is what the cover looks like. It's so pretty and it feels so nice. And then I have layered it with a piece of linen and a part of the digi that I used and zigzagged around it and have 3 little buttons sewn on here. And the digital that I used for this book is from Louise Heinzel, and it's called Ecodyne, and I think it's like a blueberry, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry I didn't look it up before I started, but it's like a blueberry Ecodyne. And so here's one of the real faint purple and blue skeleton tulip. And I have this one, which is also covered in a wallpaper. And it's a real pretty different shades of green and browns. And the digital I used in here is from Artie Mays. And this has the linen. And then I made a little folder. And it has a notebook inside. And it has a magnetic closure so it stays closed. And then I put a tab on it so that it's easy to open. And then it's got burlap and then part of the digital. And this is an old one from Artie Mays. And this one is also wallpaper. It's very textured, extremely textured. And this is the silhouette kit from Tracy Fox. And I've got a lot of layers going on here. A real fine linen on the back, all frayed, and a burlap, and a cheesecloth, and a craft colored cardstock, plus the digital. And then I added labels to this one. So let's go in and take a look at them. Let's look at the green one first. And this one's called Notes. They all have 5 signatures. And this is from the Graphics Fairy. And I thought that the colors of it went with the digital so well. And here we've got an envelope that I covered and made it into a little pocket here with the flap. It's got a journaling card inside and a journaling card in the pocket. And this is just out of a craft envelope. And some of the pages have little flips. An old vintage ledger sheet. Tracing paper is from a 1908 diary. And the second signature. There's one digital page in each of the signatures. And here's another ledger page. And I use lots of different ledgers in here. And this is Greg's shorthand page. And lots of different types of tea and coffee dyed papers also. And the third signature. This is a drawing paper, another vintage ledger, and I have a butterfly handbook, and this page came out of that. The fourth signature, another flip, and another vintage ledger, and this is from 1896, and it is dated November of 1896. And this is from Elizabeth Barrett Browning poetry book. And the last signature, and a vintage music page, and it's got their certificate on this side, and straw paper, and this is a stockholder's ledger. I used a 5-hole pamphlet stitched into the hidden spine. The other half of the certificate. And here I have 10 pieces of ephemera printed from a kit that I have from Tailor-Made Journals. And each of the 3 journals, there's 10 pieces, but they're all different. And these are printed on newsprint, real lightweight newsprint, so it feels really nice and old. And some of these are just beautiful. And I just have those paper clip with a little gold paper clip. And the back cover. And inside this goodie bag for this journal is a little plastic bag full of tab for the book. There's a wallpaper card that I made filled full of vintage stamps of all different colors and kinds and countries. And between the 2 pieces of wallpaper is cardstock, so it's really nice and heavy. And then with that pretty purple eyelet. And I made this little pocket and a journaling card inside. And I just put an eyelet down here on the bottom with some pearl cotton and a vintage button for the closure. And then here is part of the kit, and it's a little coin envelope with a journaling card inside. So it's all inked, ready to go. And then I layered 4 of the tags from the kit onto coffee dyed paper and stitched around them. And then here's some more cutouts from the kit. And there's a pocket that you can just fold the sides, and there's two of these, and there's this kind of pocket too that you can glue into the book wherever you like, and this journaling card folder, or you can cut it in half and have two journaling cards, and then a little label that I made. So lots of fun little accessories. And that just goes into a glassine bag. And this is butterfly notes. And then we have the butterfly silhouette. I just love this combination of these two different wallpapers. It feels so nice. I just love texture. And it's got a lot going on, but I think it's great. And I've got a goodie bag in there too. And I used a page out of the silhouette kit for the end papers. And here we've got the little envelope flip pocket. And here is a little envelope that fits inside there, and a journaling card. Greg shorthand, more journaling or ledger page. And here's a music composition. So there's a lot of fun textures and papers in here. The second signature, another old ledger, straw paper. Here is Christmas Eve from 1908 and Christmas Day. And they must have went back to work here. And here's a bunch of numbers. I love that. The handwriting. And the third signature has got drawing paper. Another accounting ledger. And a butterfly from my little handbook. Another ledger. It was fun. I got to use so many of my different ledgers that I have accumulated. That beautiful butterfly. And the fourth signature. Another ledger, and here's another poetry out of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. It's quite an old book. Another ledger sheet. And the last signature. I love this page. Well, I like them all. The kit is so wonderful. We've got a piece of tracing paper and a music sheet from the music workbook. And this old ledger from, here's October, and it's in 1896. And here's the 10 pieces of ephemera that I have clipped here. Wish I could write like that. Isn't that great? These feel so real. They're, with the weight of the paper I used, they just feel so nice. And look at that beautiful handwriting. Calligraphy. And get those gathered. The little one on top so we don't lose it. And it gets clipped right in. And we'll take a look at the ephemera in this package. The glassine bag again. And some more tabs. And here is the tag that I made for stamps. And the little journal pocket with the card. And this one has 4 little pockets all cut out, folded, ready to go. Glue anywhere you want in the book. Another little envelope. 2 corner pockets ready to go. And 4 tags stitched onto coffee dyed paper. And I used a chocolate thread. And these slip right in. So this is my silhouette butterfly. And then here we have the blueberry eco dyeing. I just love the touch. And the relief, it's quite deep. It's really nice. And this is one of the pages from the kit. And this one I used to make the little pocket. And here's a journaling card. And then I used another offcut to cover this journaling card and stitched around it. And I used my label stamp here to stamp right on the paper to get that label. And I got this from Signet Stamps on Etsy. And this is from the kit. And I did coffee dye this after I printed it to tone it down a little bit, because this side it was so purple. I got this is part of the Rusty Textured kit from Graphics Fairy, the premium site. Vintage Ledger. And here is part of a trifold brochure that you can print yourself, and I found a few of those, so I've got one of those in there. Poetry book from Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Accounting ledger. So this kit is full of blues and purples. And in the second signature, a little flip out. And the Greg shorthand, straw paper, and another ledger. So there's a lot of room for journaling and adding of ephemera in this book. And in the third signature, I found a roll of shelf paper at a thrift store. And is that ever a fun paper to use? Has a nice texture. The tracing paper. And September 13th from the 1908 diary. And I did reinforce this page with washi tape, just to make sure that it wasn't going to come apart out of the book. And here's a stockholder's ledger. I just love the sound of this tracing paper. Well, I like the sound of all paper. Who am I kidding? I just love it. See that the aging and coloring on the edge of it is just lovely. And the fourth signature. And another vintage ledger, drawing paper, and the fifth signature, I've got some green masking paper for this page. And the music book. And here's the ledger from 1896. And this is from December. It was fun and scary to take that ledger apart. And here we have our 10 pieces of ephemera clipped. I love this one. The colors. It's got a stamp and it's in another language. Amsterdam, so it's Dutch. Get all my goodies together. Oops, missed the coffee dyed paper there. They have to actually clip to something to stay in there, don't they? Wonderful. and the ephemera for this book in another glassine bag, and another bunch of tabs. And here is the wallpaper card or tag for stamps. Oops. Oh, there it is. I was going to say we're missing a stamp. A pretty purple one. There they are. And here's the little tag pocket for this one. I love these old buttons. I took them off an old shirt. Save the buttons. And here I've got 4 tags that are stitched on coffee dyed paper. And I've got 2 envelopes with note cards. And I made these envelopes with my envelope punch board. And that fits inside the glassine bag. And get all our goodies in there. So here are my 3 new journals. Thank you very much for watching, and have a creative day.